that long ago, going to the movies was an event. Release dates mattered, box office numbers dominated headlines, and films lived or died by the theatrical run. But today, a movie can premiere on streaming and disappear from the conversation within a week or days even. Hello everyone and welcome back to AustinPlus, where today we are answering a question that I think is very relevant. We all watch movies, we all watch shows, and we all watch it on streaming services. Let's not lie to ourselves. So we have to answer ourselves, has streaming changed movies forever? Now, I specifically pinpoint movies because it will link into a video I do very later on in a couple weeks' time. But for now, we are answering the question of how streaming has really changed movies forever, because it has. We want to explore how this has come to be. So without further ado, let's get into it. Theatrical releases defined movies for decades, and theaters were at the center of the movie industry. A theatrical release wasn't just a distribution method, it was a validation. Movies were designed for the big screen, structured around communal viewing, and measured by box office success. Theatrical runs gave films time to grow, find audiences, and become cultural moments rather than just an instant content grab. But I would say streaming came along, I would say around the same time as COVID, which I think obviously changed a lot of things for many people. There was the odd film here and there on Netflix, but those were mainly just originals. But streaming changed movies and how they were released, mainly because streaming platforms just removed the gatekeepers. The gatekeepers were like months, so when they were released in the theaters, it was months away. But now you can watch them anywhere. Movies no longer need theatrical success to exit and release strategies. They have just shifted it into instant availability. So this definitely then started to shift the conversation from content over events, because going to the theaters was more of an event. That's why I still go to the cinema. I love it because it is like an event. It is like an adventure. I know that may seem weird, but I love it. But content is just... it's just different. It makes it just more like another thing that's on there. Because streaming has really blurred the line between movies and disposable content. When everything is available all at once, movies are often feel interchangeable. The sense of urgency seeing a film before spoilers or before it leaves the theaters has just really faded, and it's really sad to see, especially from my point of view. And as a result, many films are just consumed quickly and forgotten just as fast as regardless quality. I will always stay true to a cinema. I know I'm going into uni very soon, and obviously that might not be something that I'm able to do because of money, but I will always try because I love going to the cinema. It's such an experience for me. Now, I can also understand why streaming might be different for others because they don't want to go to the cinema. For example, yesterday I went to the cinema to go and see a film, and I think I had the last seat available. It was horrendous. What's really weird is that streaming has really changed movies, like their budgets and their risk overall. Because streaming platforms have changed how the success is measured. Instead of ticket sales, metrics like completion rates and subscriber retention matter more. The shift affects what kinds of movies get made, the mid-budget films, and once a staple of theaters, now struggle to justify their place in the streaming world. Studios either aim extremely big or extremely safe, or move projects straight to streaming, which is, again, as I said, sad, but I understand it from both sides. Streaming definitely has also changed the quality and the creative freedom for most, because with the creative freedom, there comes the theatrical releases, but then there's also algorithmic pressure. I think I said that right. Because the algorithm that you have in your streaming service is debated by how you consume media. So if you do not enjoy this type of genre, you are more inclined to not ever see it to release if you do not like going to the cinema or anything. Because streaming has promised creative freedom, and in some cases it has delivered, but filmmakers can explore niche ideas without even worrying about opening weekend numbers. But algorithms now shape decisions, favoring trends and viewer data over creative instinct. Now, this can lead to originality. Audience behavior has permanently changed because streaming has reshaped how audiences watch movies. Films are paused, multitasked, or watched in pieces. I'm very much like that. I struggle to watch a whole film other than if I'm in the cinema. But the immersive experience of theaters has really been replaced by just convenience. Once viewing habits change, they rarely go back. Streaming didn't just add a new option, it just rewired everyone's expectations. So this change between streaming and all has definitely raised the question if it's good or bad for movies. Streaming has really allowed access and expanded storytelling opportunities, but it also has weakened the shared cultural experience that movies once had. The trade-off is very clear because convenience versus impact, because neither side is entirely wrong, but the industry hasn't just fully adapted yet, and I don't know if it ever will, because things are consistently changing and they can't keep up, which, as I said, is completely understandable. So, has streaming changed movies forever? Streaming didn't kill movies, it just transformed them. It changed how films are made, released, measured, and remembered. Theaters may survive, but they no longer define success on their own. Movies still matter, but the way that we experience them will just never be the same. It replaced security with abundance, events with convenience, and the patience with immediacy. And the challenge now isn't success, it's making movies feel meaningful again in a world where everything is available to them at all times. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and comment what you would like to see on the channel. But don't forget to have a great day as always, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.
Yeah.